Hello everyone, LRon here with part 69 of my total Terraria world Annihilation. Um, so I guess, just in case I didn't quite make it clear in the previous video, I could have been lazy and just, you know, went and had, you know, camera one just go through the first quarter of the cohorts, then camera 2 go through the second quarter, but no, I didn't do that. I actually went and spent the extra maybe 1 to 2 hours worth of efforts to actually make it so that each set of 4 videos belongs to the same chunk of 4 videos. So the first video actually had the first 40 minutes of contents that I recorded, and then this is the second 40 minutes worth of content instead of having that kind of psychotic jumble. So I guess what I'm saying in addition to the clarification is abolition is no excuse for laziness. I still have standards and whatnot. So it looks like video 4 is going to black out for a couple seconds. There it goes. Um, Basically, I was just on a loading screen. I didn't edit that out properly. Um, and for whatever reason, I'm making the executive decision that blank spot's more exciting than a loading screen. So there's that. So at some point during this cohort, not during these particular 4 videos, I don't think, right here in front of us now, but at some point down the road, I began to notice something strange. Because I'd always been using the wall of the bricks on the rightmost extreme as my guide for where I need to position myself whenever I leave for dealing with lava or get hit by a creature and need to readjust. But apparently that doesn't quite work out the way I was hoping it would, because the drill is actually drilling the wall behind me as I'm going, so the more I do this, the more I'm diagonaling backwards. So that's why in this cohort, at least early on, I've been running into weird situations where I keep needing to correct the excess, and it was kind of just mind-boggling how it was happening so frequently. But probably I got myself to the maximum distance that I can diagonal this stuff, and then when I repositioned once, everything got screwy. So that was the solution to that is kind of simple. Either take smaller chunks and allow yourself to have that wiggle room, or take note of your your X position so that you can basically get to the same geographical spot instead of trying to use landmarks. I think I may have dabbled with a bit of both in this cohort. I'm not sure which I like better. The taking smaller chunks is certainly more convenient on the front of not having to memorize a number and be anal about that number. And then, um, memorizing and being anal about the number means that, yeah, I have to go down fewer times because I maximize how much gets out. But then we have to factor in the fact that the what do you call it, the mining is faster when I don't have to deal with problems. So having a smaller chunk um, dedicated per pass through would probably in the long run make things faster in the end because of the fact that I don't have to deal with as much. And so as a result, I will be able to do 3 passes in the speed of 2 passes, and 3 passes at a large fraction um, of the 100% that the 2 passes would be equates to more being done in the same unit time or something along those lines. I haven't actually sat down and parsed the numbers, but I'm gonna have to imagine that there is some magical sweet spot. But in any case, I can already detect that I am boring people with my statistical analysis of efficiency. I mean, some of you are probably interested, but I can tell that a good majority are probably yawning right now. But at least I gave them the capacity to channel surf. There's now 4 channels on the video instead of just one. Well, in any case, I think I mentioned at the end of the last cohorts that I was going to play the PS2 game The Warriors next, and I did that. I finished it. Then I went back and tried to get some more trophies in Shadows of Colossus. I kind of had it's not going to be that bad. 99% of the effort, or no, that's called 80% of the effort is knowing what to do, and I'm at the point where I do know what to do. And then 20% is putting up with having to ride that stupid horse across thousands of miles of dead space. And I considered myself in a state where I was prepared to do all that, so I decided to go back to it. I started with the time attacks, because you needed the time attacks to get the own all the items trophy. And so the first 2 were great. I was well under the time permitted, with probably over a minute to spare on both of those. But it's the third Colossus that's really choking me up right now. And the worst bit is in most of the Colossi, they give you more time for hard mode. They give you less time for the hard mode Colossus 3. So it's going to be a nightmare. But basically, what you need to do to make it all work out is land this one jump that requires you to avoid being staggered and then make your run and jump before the point where you would stagger again, which in itself is a shitstorm of timing. And you have to aim at just the right spot. There's actually 2 different ways to go about doing that jump. You can either jump for the belly or jump for on top of the bracelet. The bracelet one is probably an easier jump, but it costs you a bit more time as well. And so I guess I'm running out of time in this video, so I will continue this in the next video. I will see you there.